In a world where men often walk alone, who do they turn to for answers? Being male is a matter of birth, but being a man is a matter of choice. This is the dawn of something phenomenal. Fathers, sons, brothers, from the daily grind to the battles within, this is where real stories are told. A place where the silent struggles are given a voice, where the unspoken truths are laid bare. No holds barred. Brace yourself. This is Men on Record. It's more than just talk. It's a man thing.
The 7th day of August 2026, a beautiful Friday evening. And this is Men on Record. We are live on all the platforms right here at Hope Media. We are live on Hope FM. This is the station where you listen and live. Hope TV, where you look and you live, and across all our digital platforms. Hope FM Live and Hope TV as well. How are you doing? How was your week? We are hoping and we are praying that you are well, you have been well, and that you have ended the week in a very strong way. And yes, how better to close the week with an amazing episode. This is a show that is targeting men. It is for men, and it's all about men's issues, and that is what we are doing right here tonight in this ever-changing world, the modern world that we are living in. How do we navigate the challenges, the ups, the hurdles of life as men? And so, if you're a man out there, this particular episode is just for you. If you are in your, early 20s, early 30s, late 30s, early 40s, as in young, middle-aged, and even the old, this is the show that is aimed just for you. And so tell a man to tell another man that it is time for Men on Record. I know that there are women who are watching us so that they can share the same with their husbands, with their fathers, with their brothers. And so karibuni sana, and remind them to tune in as well. And so karibuni sana, and we would love to hear from you this evening, because tonight we are talking about retirement planning for you as a man. And we were trying to look around, even in studio, as we were preparing for the show, and asking the men in studio how they are planning for the same. And indeed, we need to have this conversation. It is very important for us to have this conversation as well. So retirement planning for you as a man, is it too early? Is it too late? Or right on time? And it is all about seeking and trying to answer these three very important questions. Why should I plan for retirement? That is the first question we will try to answer. When should I begin to do this in terms of planning for retirement? And how do I build a retirement plan that actually works? And so karibu sana to the show from wherever you are tuned in from. My name is George Gishoro. I'm your host this evening. Frank has taken a break, a well-deserved break for tonight only. Wherever he is, it should be clear it's only for today, as he is Oesa. But anyway, he deserves that break as well. And so karibu, you can interact with us, Hope FM Live, Hope TV Kenya. You can use the WhatsApp number 0717 400 555, or you can use 0708 222 323. The text line is 20933. We are live on Facebook, live on YouTube as well. So even on the go, you can be able to watch and also listen to these conversation. And tonight's conversation is one that every man needs to hear. Whether you are in your 20s, just beginning your career, you are in your 40s, carrying the weight of family responsibilities, or approaching retirement, wondering if you have done enough. Because many men, they spend decades building careers, paying school fees, servicing loans, investing in businesses, and also providing for everyone else. But very few actually will stop to ask one simple question: who will take care of me when I can no longer work? And we were discussing and we were saying we are saying we have so many children. That is my retirement plan. Our toto watanilinda. They will provide for me. Others, they are investing in all sorts of assets. But the question is, how will they convert that into cash flow? That is the conversation. And so a warm welcome to you from wherever you are tuned in from. I'm not alone in the studio. I have a good friend who every time he speaks matters money, matters finances, I pause and I listen because he flows, he oozes, as the Englishman would say, lots of wisdom and knowledge when it comes to matters finances. And so allow me to welcome, the good thing again is that we share a name. We are talking about none other than FA, Mr. George Oyuga. He is the Director of Retirement Solutions at Kuza Asset Management Limited. FA George, karibu sana.
Yes, namesake.
Namesake. It's good to see you
Good to
again
see
after
you
a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But you're well?
I'm fine.
Awesome.
The Lord has been
looking
good.
all sharp.
Thank you. This is the doings of the Lord.
Awesome,
Yes,
awesome.
yes.
Karibu sana. It's good to
Thank
have you
you.
again,
Thank you very
and especially on Men on Record. And a very interesting conversation, very important, very pertinent for every man. And there are those three questions that we'll be trying to answer tonight. By the end of this conversation, that we'll be trying to answer those questions. But before then, why not tell us some more about who George Oyuga
George
is?
Oyuga is.
Yes.
George Oyuga is your guest tonight.
Yes.
Yeah, and what do I do?
Yeah.
I'm a retirement specialist.
Yes.
Also pivoting into financial therapy.
Yeah, yeah.
And I work with a firm called Kuza Asset Management Limited.
Yeah.
Kuza is licensed by Capital Markets Authority and Retirement Benefits Authority to offer bespoke financial solutions to interested parties.
Yeah.
And ours is just a belief that retirement is a journey, investment is also a journey, and so we nurture this journey for those who have trusted our brand.
Yeah.
And that's where the name Kuza comes from.
All right.
Kuza means to nurture.
To nurture.
In Swahili. So that's what we do, and we believe that a given time will continue changing lives.
Yes.
And I'm happy that you invited me today to come and discuss something I've been doing for the last 20 years. That has been my space in the retirement benefits sector.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. And thank you for accepting this invitation. We don't take it for granted.
Thank you. Thank
Asante
you.
sana. And we can start with the basics because when people hear the word retirement, the first thing that comes to mind is old age. If you could help us now in terms of what does retirement actually look like and mean from a financial perspective, so that even as we are now laying that foundation, that will be important.
Okay.
Yes.
I think for the longest time, people have interacted with the word retirement to mean leaving something.
Yeah.
Meaning retiring from.
Yes.
So retiring from work, retiring from your job, retiring from your profession.
Yes.
But I am a proponent of the aspect of retiring to. Because not from.
Yes.
Because the two perspectives elicit different behaviors. If you're retiring from, you tend to want to belabor on the things you're leaving behind.
Yes.
You want to feel the way you will miss the payslip, you will miss the colleagues, you will miss the titles, the trappings of power, the routine, what will you be doing with your time, because now you'll have all the time to yourself.
Yes.
And to some extent, then it creates some remorse. But if you look at it carefully, the aspect of retirement, if we were to define it in the simplest way, I would just say it is simply a change from one activity to the other.
Yes.
When you look at the income aspect, then you're also looking at an income replacement conversation. Because then that means one needs to prepare for that.
Yes, yes.
So that this thing you're changing to, retire, you know, when you say rewrite, you write again.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
So when you say retire, you put on new tires.
New tires. Love that. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so anyway, it's a case of a change that one then needs to look at. And the worst thing is to head towards the change when your focus is still looking backwards. So that is where we get lost. And you know, some people also ask themselves, is this a biblical thing? You know? And it is, by the way. If you look at the way, you know, if there is a profession that, or a group of people that God really defined things for, are the Levites.
Yes.
And if you look at Numbers, I think Numbers chapter 8 from verse 23, 4 and 5 there, you'll actually find the aspect of retirement clearly stated. For the Levites, it was defined that they would begin working at the age of 25 and they would retire at the age of 50.
Wow.
You see?
Well explained.
Well explained.
Yes,
so that meant that as one comes in, then you are able to say, my journey begins when I'm 25, but as I go along this journey, I must be preparing myself for the phase after the stop comes, meaning I'm being ushered into something different. Because they were stopped from serving, but they were urged to continue with ministration. Meaning, you don't exit the scene.
No.
You know? So retirement is not the end of life.
No.
You don't exit the scene. You must still remain there and remain there to minister. So ministering means that you are in different professions. You must find a way of now your mastery coming into action. In a new way, repackaged way. Because when people only peg retirement to what I would call the definition of age, then it is one-sided. Because retirement has two definitions. There's the definition of age, where it's pegged on your age, and every organization will define this age. Is it 50? Is it 55? Is it 60? But there's the other definition of health. So we have also ill health retirement. That one is not a respect of any age, or gender, or race. That one will come anytime. It can strike anytime. So when we talk about retirement preparedness, then we must consistently ask ourselves, either of these two definitions can knock your door. Age can knock your door. That one, at least you're definite. You know it will knock when, because you know your age and you're advancing towards it. But the other one of health, that one can knock your door anytime. But you need to always be retirement ready. So the income replacement ratio you're working with must consistently be at a required threshold. And as professionals, we define that threshold at anything 70 to 75% of your income. Because even today, Gigi, what you earn today, there's a 30% almost that does not define where you stay. Whether your children go to a group of school or to school in groups. You know, that 30% does not. It does not even define your diet, because it will be lost in statutory deductions, taxes, and things like those ones. What really impacts your life is the 70-75%.
That remains.
That 70-75% is actually the ideal replacement ratio that everybody needs. Such that by the time you're retiring, you need to be able to say, what I have saved, given the numerical approach, can actually replace my income and start giving me a pension or an income drawdown income that is up to 70%. International Labour Organization defines that lowest threshold that it should not go below 40.
40%.
So if I leverage on that, I can say anyone whose income replacement ratio calculated gets you to 40 and below, then you're actually in the poverty line in retirement. And there's nothing as harsh as old age poverty. No.
Wow. And you're not scaring us.
No, I'm not scaring you. I'm just saying that's the reality. Old age poverty is real, by the way. And it is defined in very many ways. It's defined with those who, for example, number one, relied on social structures which today have collapsed. You know, when we were young, I think there was a system that could take care of the old people. You know, an old person, even at the bus stop, could call you my son, and you'll respond.
Totally.
Today,
with
I think that society responsibility has shrunk to a point whereby you, as an elderly person, will actually be the burden of your immediate nuclear family, not even the extended family. So you look at those things. That is one thing that has collapsed. Number two, maybe governments used to take care of people, you know, and even organizations that people worked for earlier on used to take care of them because they had a design of pension that would be called a defined benefit arrangement. You know, in the defined benefit arrangement, even the person who was a member there does not die fully.
No.
Because you die, the pension you used to receive reverts back to your spouse. Then it also reverts back to your children.
Yes.
So there were systems and schemes that had widow and orphan pension or widower and orphan pension that was defined. That means that even a child you get at age 50, provided you've not yet retired, you are guaranteed that this child will have a pension up to the time they get to age 18 or even 21 for those who are still in school. But the reality nowadays is that those schemes are not there anymore. If they are there, they are simply taking care of those who joined during that time. They are fizzling out. What we have today are defined contribution schemes where what you put in, what your employer puts in, plus the investment income is what defines your take home. So if we are in that scenario, then everybody needs to rethink where they are, because on the other side, again, we are living longer. We have access to medical facilities. People are living longer than expected. Nowadays, you meet someone who is 70 and you go like, if this is what 70 is, man, I'm not scared. Very if this is what 70 looks like, then bring it, you know. But you know, the reality again, George, is that any child today you get after your 35th birthday, man, you will attend their graduation fueling your car with pension, whether you like it or not.
You are telling us a lot of truths.
But it's the truth. Yeah, it's the truth. Any child you get after you are 35 years old, just know that you will attend their graduation in Kenya fueling your car with pension. Because by the time they finish school, it will be 24 years down the line. You will be 59. Nobody here finishes the same year and graduates the same year. So you'll graduate the following year. You will be 60. So you will attend that graduation fueling your car with pension. So people need to plan. And you know, income replacement. Everybody will need an income in retirement. So how you will get that income is what one needs to define. You know?
And you see a very important issue and matter, because you're talking about replacing that income that I have been earning over the years. But then again, George, and I know in your 20-year experience, you have had this notion that what I'm earning is not even enough, you know, to sustain me and even sustain my family, leave alone even getting something to save. How should a man navigate that? Because listening to that, it means then that this man is taking care of everyone, the household, educating the children, the black tax and all. But in retirement then, he will retire sort of empty. So how should they balance, you know, their current responsibilities and role, and also now looking to the future so that we avoid old age poverty.
I think the society has pumped something in our minds that tends to mislead us that success is in how much you earn. So everybody wants more money. You know?
I'm looking for the next job.
The next job, the next pay rise, pay hike. But at the end of the day, it's a fallacy. Because what we all need to appreciate is that success is not in how much you earn. Success is in how you manage the little or the much that comes into your hands. And the stages of money are different from what I would say the stages of finance. You know, finance is taught in school, George. But there's no money taught in school. So what happens is that we get mixed up in terms of the type of decisions we make. Because now, leveraging on my counseling background and financial literacy, that's how I was saying I'm pivoting towards financial therapy. It has helped me define that there are decisions that are financial decisions, and there are decisions that are money decisions. When we make money decisions, they open us up to money wounds. Those money wounds crystallize to become financial injuries. Those financial injuries salaries then define our behaviors, and then we are now kind of pushed to a certain corner that says this is who we are, financially speaking. But if we all leveraged financial decisions, we would appreciate things like savings. We would appreciate things like planning for retirement. We would appreciate things like delayed gratification. Because in the stages of money, there are 4 stages. You have what we call the dependency stage. Because if we say money is not taught in school, but there's a place where we start our money lessons. These money lessons will begin in the dependency stage. If we carry some of our suppressed economic desires, things that we feel are not fulfilled there, and we take them with us to stage 2, which is the earning stage, then we enter the job world wounded people already. And that wound that we have is what then misleads us. We throw the things that could have helped us out of the window. You look at your payslip like this and you can't tell the difference between what this money going out, is it a contribution or is it a deduction? Because deductions are supposed to be endured, but contributions should be celebrated.
Celebrate,
Exactly. But you find that we even fight contributions, yet it is something that we should have, we should be celebrating. Guys who get to retirement, and I've interacted with a good number of them in my career, they actually tell you that, by the way, truth be told, if my employer had not been taking this money out to save for me, I would have arrived in this retirement age empty. And that is sad, because the number of people who are in what I would call old age poverty are many. First of all, where they are asset poor and cash poor. Because even on the asset side, what they chased were not assets. They were flossets. Things that just gave them the right to floss around. But at retirement, when the lyrics of your dance become clearer, you know, the book I wrote is someone who said there that when people are happy, they enjoy the music. But when they are sad, they understand the lyrics. When lyrics come and now you are seeing, by the way, my job is coming to an end, then you go like, now I appreciate the salary. Lyrics are becoming clearer. Lyrics would be in the 4th stage of the money journey. Because the first stage is dependency, the second is earning, the third is growth. And in growth, that's where we get confused and we are doing more flossets than assets. We get to retirement and we arrive there and we are empty. Look at the time back and you are like, this is wasted journey because of the way people are and the way they enter retirement. And we also assume that people are not planning. People are planning for retirement. It's just that most of them are planning wrongly. Like one wrong one is to say that I'm educating my children so that in future they will take care of me.
And that one actually, George, so many parents are in that trap because they are saying they're even taking loans and they are doing all sorts of things. Not saying that we should not educate our children.
That's a responsibility.
Exactly. But I'm educating my children.
It's not an investment.
And I'm saying, in investment, the returns, ROI.
It's not.
And so they are looking at it in terms of my son will take care of me, my daughter will take care of me in retirement. Talk to us about that and talk to someone who is, looking at that as a retirement strategy.
Plan. Let me tell them the truth.
Please do.
If that is your strategy, you are being set up to fail. Reason being,
that's the truth.
It is the truth anyway. Reason being, as time goes by, this aspect that we called individualism, it is actually creeping into our society. And we don't even see families come together unless there's a funeral.
There's a bereavement,
that is the only thing that is still left to bring people together. But the real aspect of, by the way, let me check if my brother George is not there.
No.
Even those family meetings are platforms of flossing around who has and who drove in with what. So at the end of the day, if you're not doing well, you actually feel the pressure. Social pressure is there and it's bombarding everybody left, right, and center. Do you want to tell me your child will become deaf to all the social noise? and take care of you, the truth of the matter is that you will be either if you're not in page 2 of their priority list, you're nowhere.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's happening today.
Bitter truth.
Bitter truth. It's happening today because even today, if you look at even the way they've called, if they were happy about supporting their parents, they would have given it a better term.
A better term.
Imagine they're calling it black tax.
Black tax.
So that tells you that, by the time me and you arrive there, definitely your child will be the last person you're looking up to support you.
And actually, they will even, and we have had some even asking, "Hey, Daddy, when others were doing stuff,
why didn't you?
What were you doing?
Where were you?
Where were you?" And you see, life is becoming very expensive, unlike yesteryears, and tough, even for these generation that we are raising.
Exactly.
So that means then even looking ahead and the years ahead in terms of housing, in terms of food,
it will be above, beyond the reach of many, by the way.
Yes.
So people need to plan. And that's why we're saying even today, please don't assume that you need much, much more money to be able to plan.
No.
Just work within a budget. Work within a budget that says, when this money comes in, there's this portion that I must save.
Yeah.
There's this portion that I can spend. There's this portion that defines my spending power.
Yeah.
So that it is not an amount, it is a percentage of your earning. Because even when you look at income replacement, we are also looking at a percentage of your earning. We are not saying people need to retire with this much. No, we are just saying this is what you used to earn, replace that income by 70 or 75%. Yeah. So people need a budgeting model.
And that is one plan that people have been mentioning. Before we take our break, maybe you can mention something that also others are talking about. They will amass, they have a book like of title deeds. From Kamulu to Kitengela to Kikuyu, those.
and we have nothing against guys in Kamulu, Kitengela, and Kikuyu. What we are saying is that we appreciate that there's like a good feeling everybody gets when your name is in another paper other than your birth certificate. That feeling is good. It
is good.
And we have so many people sitting with idle land. And that idle land, to a point whereby even government was at some point tempted to want to legislate it, to want to tax idle land so that people stop doing that, But do you know where that comes from? It comes from the way we've been cultured in terms of the money wounds we carry. We feel like when I have idle parcels there, those are assets. The true definition of an asset is something that brings you an income. If it doesn't, then within it, it has a growth aspect that is real and tangible. So when you look at most of these hyped land, and the like, and I like saying that if you're buying a parcel of land which can only be described using a mathematical formula, like 50 by 100, 40 by 100, that's a mathematical formula. There's very little you can do in it. Actually, what you're doing is you're opening up a hole that will demand even more money before you start realizing value on that thing. So if that is an aspect of land banking, well, they'll argue that way. But at the end of the day, if you compared land banking with that cash sitting in something else like a money market fund, you'd actually arrive at your destination with more money than you would realize the value of this thing. So when you get to retirement and you find yourself there again, you are asset rich, but cash poor. The biggest and most important thing in retirement is cash flows. Cash flows will buy you anything you need. But asset-rich, cash-poor is another form of poverty. It's actually a new form of poverty. Leave alone the other one where you are asset-poor and cash-poor. Here is asset-rich but cash-poor. And we have so many walking, trekking millionaires and billionaires here. You'll be told the land they own, blah, 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 and the valuation. But that attachment to this parcel has made some people go like they'd rather miss or lack money to go to hospital, but they have land under their name in the name of I am leaving that as an inheritance to my children. But do you know what the children will do? Before even grass grows on somebody's grave, they are actually out there selling. Meaning what they needed was not the parcel.
No.
What they needed was actually the cash flow that can be unlocked from that parcel. So people need to look at how are you planning your retirement. So there's someone who was telling me last weekend, but one, that for them, they have parcels that they'll be selling and eating. Then they sell another one and eat. Then sell another one and eat. Then I told them that if you live longer, then you will not fulfill Proverbs. Which says, a wise man leaves an inheritance for his grandchildren. Because your kids will not find it. You'll have eaten all of it.
Eating everything.
Then number two, again, offloading property today. Let nobody lie to you. It's not easy. It's not easy. You can be at it for 9 solid months and you have no other source of income. You keep on saying value is hidden here. Value is hidden here. You'll still be there poor. So there are so many things people are doing, but let me say that the most assured and sure bet is to say, if you need to dig a garden, the right tool for that, is a djembe. Even if it is called a fork djembe, it is different from a fork knife. Or a spoon or fork on the table. You can't use that. You have to use the right tool for the right job. Because at the end of the day, the right tool for planning for retirement is a pension scheme or a retirement benefit scheme.
And you'll be telling us more about that so that for Raman who is listening to us and watching us tonight, they will know, if already they have not started, that they can start using that particular tool so that by the time retirement, and it's coming, it's not if, it's when.
They believe in long life.
Long life. Retirement is coming. It's calling, actually. And so you need those tools as well. And also we'll be looking at other misconceptions and myths around retirement as well. We are hosting George Oyuga. He's the Director of Retirement Solutions at Kuza Asset Management Limited. And we are trying to answer these 3 questions. Why should I plan for retirement? When should I begin? And how do I build a retirement plan that actually works? You can keep the conversation going. You can ask all those questions, any clarity that you could be having. Hope TV Kenya, Hope FM Live, that's across all our social media platforms. We are live on Facebook. We are live also on YouTube. You want to drop us a comment on our WhatsApp numbers, 0717 400 555 or 0708 222 323. We are taking a short break and then come back and continue with this conversation.
In a world
Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
And welcome back. This is Men on Record, and we are talking about retirement and how to prepare for the same. And yes, I'm loving the conversation because FA George Oyuga is telling us the bitter truth tonight. No sugarcoating. Leo tunaambiwa tu vile ilivyo, so that when that time comes, and we have said it is coming, it's knocking very soon. You might think that you are too young for this conversation. Oh, and to you. You're going to look back and you're like, I wish I listened. So we don't want you to have those regrets as well. That's why we are having this conversation this evening. George, welcome back. And as we were looking at all those things, investing in children as a retirement plan, then there are those who will have the title deeds and assets and bragging about them, but the cash flow, they are poor in terms of the cash flow. Talk to us, because there are others, then they either start a business with long-term goals, that will be my retirement game plan. And then there are others who I have heard of. For them, they are like, I want to get into real estate. They are into rentals and all. Would you advocate for the same, and how should they go about that? Yes.
Okay, I think I'll give a very biased opinion to this, which is more or less personal, to say that the day you will embrace the aspect of cash flows as the most important thing in retirement, you will tend to walk away from anything that demands more than offering you that cash flows.
Yes.
And that is where I say, whereas the aspect of investing into rentals sounds very, very good, but a careful analysis is that rental income has a myriad of challenges.
Yes.
Because number one, these houses themselves are a depreciating asset.
Yes.
The property as a whole, valued, is an appreciating asset. So the appreciation may actually be more on the land than on the structure.
The structures, the building,
And again, the appeal that houses have is very seasonal. You know, today you may say this is the way thing to do, and you go in there and you actually do a house that has ceiling board and the other things that you do. And then someone else comes in later on and they are putting a new one that has gypsum.
Oh, yes.
So whereas yours has bulbs hanging.
I will shift from this one
definitely
to the modern one.
Yours stops being appealing. And that's why today, if the people who are investing in property would actually tell you the truth, we have a good number of them who, if your house stays vacant up to a certain sell-by date, you actually then struggle to get a tenant. So how will this thing end up sustaining you? Because I even look around here in Upper Hill. Guys who are buying the old houses that had red bricks on top, they're not buying the house. They're buying the land. Because the first thing they do is bring down the property.
Those structures,
So those structures, they get old, they're overtaken by ideas, designs, the aesthetics, and all those things. So I feel that if that money was not buried on the ground the way the one talent guy did, it could have been hosted somewhere. The time aspect, which is the second currency in life, because you have money and you have time. Those two currencies, if you can play them together, you'll always amount to a very, very lucrative outcome. Time. So if this money was not held in on the ground but held in an investment somewhere, then I can assure you this person will have better cash flows. With rentals, you'll have collection challenges. With rentals, you'll have repairs that will come back to eat on what you have. And even today, when you analyze, rental income is giving a yield of 6 to 7% gross. Yet at the end of the day, the repairs will still come back for the same money that you got. Money market funds are giving you even up to 10, 11. So I'd rather that one, which is quiet, silent wealth, than this other one. Because again, in the village, you can't survive, George, if they know that you are the one who owns that street of the shops. Even the amount you give as your contribution, if we find you eating in a place where the menu is verbal, we will judge you. We want you to go and eat in a place where the menu is a QR code because you are a landlord. What are you doing here with us? So there's social pressure when you have tangible wealth that can be visible and people can see. What you need is silent wealth. Silent wealth in retirement, then again, it doesn't lock you to a particular place. You know, when you have cash flows, you can decide that the whole of this month, my cash flow is taking me to Mombasa and I'll spend there. The next time I'm like, I need some cold weather so that I think straight. Then I'll take myself to Nanyuki, the same cash flow. But if I locked myself in a certain location with rentals there, skyscrapers are coming, I am stressed, so many things, you know, it's just not what you need as an old person. I don't think it is what really counts. So for that one, for me, it's an X.
You mentioned something that I also feel it's important as we were taking the break in terms of the different schemes that we can join in to help us in terms of preparing for our retirement. That's one. Then number two, also help us also get to know if we are ready for retirement.
Oh, the retirement readiness.
Yeah, the retirement readiness.
That one I will usher you into the therapy. I will usher you into the therapy. Prepare your phone if it has a calculator, an arithmetic calculator. It doesn't have to be seated. And be seated because this one is coming. So before I come to that, as people charge their phones, make sure they are ready. The retirement structures in Kenya, I would say the infrastructure has been laid out and it is very, very solid and clear. Because we have pillars. We have the state pillar, which is now currently NSSF. NSSF, for a very long time before 2013, the enactment of the NSF Act number 45 of 2013 came to cure something because before then it used to be 200 employee, 200 employer. So you know what that happened? People would spend all their lives working, but at the end of the day, the check you get, for some of us who come from the other side of Nakuru, it was actually just enough to hire a lorry and ferry your things home. But
yet you had saved.
You had saved and you
years.
say you are saving for retirement. It was a big joke and it missed on the aspect of adequacy of that retirement income. So when NSSF Act number 45 of 2013 came in, it came in to cure that by reviewing the rates that people would contribute. So the proposal there that now everybody needs to have at least 12% of what they're earning saved in a space, and that is a shared burden between the employer and the employee. Then, of course, the shock it could have created in terms of budgets and the like led to it being a phased kind of implementation. Of course, it suffered its own wars in the legal corridors to a point whereby it started actually being implemented in 2023, over 10 years down the line. But with that, then it kicked off and it has continued. Of course, there are always still undertones around whether it is there or should or, you know, those ones. But I'm glad that it came to cure the adequacy challenge. Now, that is the state pillar. There is the occupational pillar. the employer who feels I need to take care of my employees sets up a scheme under an irrevocable trust and sets it as a separate entity from the employer. That is an occupational scheme. Then you also have the individual pillar, where you say, I know my organization will not retire. It is me. So I need to take personal charge and go there. So there are individual retirement schemes, and each of them has its own set of regulations. So if you look at the state one, we have the NSF Act number 45 of 2013. If you look at the occupational one, we have retirement benefits, occupational retirement benefit schemes regulation 2000. If you look at the individual one, we also have retirement benefits, individual retirement benefit schemes regulations 2000 as well. Then there was another one that came in to help at least manage the space for SMEs, smaller entities that could not go the occupational way, but at the same time declare they are not individuals. So that one was the retirement benefits, umbrella retirement benefit schemes, regulations 2017. So all those spaces are there. What do they help you? They help you feel that in terms of forms and arrangements of retirement schemes, I am covered because the regulatory framework is there and it is intact. So that helps you on the pre-retirement side. When you get to the post-retirement side, we also have the retirement benefits income drawdown funds regulations 2023, which is now the post-retirement side. So on that one, we have no luck. The only challenge we have is that people are not embracing them. And if you're an individual and you now know that you are the one who will retire, not your household, not your children, not your company, not your business, it's you as a person. Embrace the individual plans. And some of them have brought in a lot of flexibility, including having it in an app. Like now, I would probably say we have one in Kuza, where through the app, you can actually start saving. And I say that at times, without knowing, you start early, you invite the second currency. There's the money you're putting in, and there is the money that the assets themselves being invested will generate for you in terms of investment income. So that alone is a solid thing that can help you get there. And the contribution, by the way, from the time injection is normally higher. Because if you save 1,000 shillings consecutively every month for the next 20 years, invested at, let's say, on average of 12%, you will arrive there with around 1,050,000. Your individual raw contributions into this equation is 1,000 times 12 times 20, which is 240,000. So the difference between 240,000 and the 1,050,000 is actually what? It is the time injection, the time currency injecting that. And that's why we say, guys, don't wait and start thinking about retirement when you're closer to it. If you do that, the graph becomes very steep for you. But if you want it gentle, start early and stretch this thing for as longest as you can. So that at any given time, you will be posing and measuring, am I at the right readiness framework? And that brings us to that equation. Guys, welcome to the therapy room.
I love that.
So if
we're into a
therapy room now. So if you have your calculator ready, I want you to type. By the way, even you, Gigi,
I'm also a man. And I'm preparing for the retirement. Here we go. Yes.
Type there 0.01.
0.01.
Good.
Yes.
Higher. Do you know roughly how much you have saved in your pension scheme? You would have a rough idea. Rough idea.
Yes.
If you know all the way to the last digit, Gigi uko na kierere.
Niko tu hapa. No, sijui hizo zote.
Nobody knows. If you know, I'd be surprised. You have an idea.
At least I have an idea.
Where it is it?
Yes.
So 0.01 multiply by that number. Let me call it P. P meaning pension saving.
Okay.
Yeah? So you've gotten your answer? Do it.
Yes.
Good, you're there.
Yes.
Now, the answer you have, divide by your gross income today, monthly gross salary. Monthly gross. After you labda, you just have an idea.
An idea.
You don't know the exact figure, but you have
at least an idea. Yes.
Very good. So you've done that. You have an answer.
Yes.
The answer you have now, multiply by 100.
And multiply by 100.
Yes. Okay, now, because we are in national TV, I don't want to ask you. You'll tell me when we are offline, but this is the interpretation.
Yes.
That answer you're looking at now
Uh-huh.
should be between 70, 75 or above. Let me 70 and above.
70 and above.
That number.
Yes.
Now, if that number is lower, then it means that your retirement readiness is below the recommended threshold. What you've just done is a rough estimate of what we call your income replacement ratio. Meaning you should target to always replace your income at any given time.
Yes,
and remember what I said earlier on, retirement can be defined by your age.
Yes.
That one will come at 60 or 55 there. But it can also be determined by your health.
Yeah.
That one can knock any time.
Yes.
So you must always be ready.
Yeah.
So if that number is below 70, then you're doing poorly. You need to do additional voluntary contributions into the pension scheme to make sure that number is going up. Okay? Now, the ILO, International Labour Organization, puts that thing at 40, meaning that is the poverty line. Yeah. Now, if anyone is below 40, yours is an ICU case. You need to save as much, as much as possible because your situation is what I would say, turn to your neighbor and tell them black tax loading. Because, you'll actually be a candidate of black tax. Because what we are saying is, if you're earning, let's say, for math's sake, 100,000, your replacement income mean that the life you've been enjoying at 100,000 threshold will now need to be squeezed to 20 or 15 the number you've calculated. You see, that already tells you that by this thing called retirement is actually just ushering me into a season of sorrow. But you can do something about it today, That's where we normally tell people that, by the way, you know what? If that is where you are, you need to sit down and ask yourself, out of the income I am getting, how am I able to do what? To start focusing on building P. P is the number we had.
Yes.
Now, there are people who also, when they get to retirement, they actually again go to the P and take out a lump sum and leave the smaller 2/3 as your retirement income. Now, if you've calculated your income replacement ratio and it is even below 40, and you're still thinking when you get to retirement, you will take out a lump sum, then go back to that calculation, and where you had P, multiply it by 2/3 first. So that now your real reality comes on what would be my income replacement ratio. Because that number you have in your calculator is actually a percentage of the salary you earn today. How much of it will you be earning if you are to retire tomorrow morning? It's a sad scenario for many people, by the way. I've done this for a good number of when I give talks and all that, and guys look at you and they are like, "Ay, George, this thing, mine is at 20, mine is at 15, mine is at 17, and you tell them that's your reality. Because if you're not careful, black tax is loading. And if he loads, by the way, it's a sad thing. People need to take some focus on your retirement journey, because that is now what will help you at least get somewhere and retire safe. So I'm sorry, that was the therapy room. The injection has been given.
That
was the injection. So what you have written there is your prescription. Go do additional voluntary contributions. When you get to retirement, do not take a lump sum, because lump sums by they are risky. Your retirement check might be actually the last check you have in working, is it? Today, George, if your employer told you it's open, we are in the month of August, come, we pay you all your salary up to December. Up to December.
Yes.
But promise me, George, that you'll come to work in November. Today, if you take a lump sum, all your salary up to December, you receive it tomorrow. And then you want to promise me that you'll come to work, you'll have bus fare to come to work, or fuel your car to work in November. I I'm assuring you, you will not take the risk.
No.
You'd be saying, just wait.
Yeah, just wait. I
Let's
do my math.
August, give me mine. September, give me mine. You would want it that way, is it? But people take the same risk with their retirement monies. You get your check and you want to use it now to go clear your mortgage. You want to go use it to go school fees. You know those kids you got after your 35th birthday? Some of them, it's not just fueling your car with pension. You're actually paying school fees with pension.
With your pension.
You didn't plan?
Yeah.
That's where now delegated responsibilities come in. Now you start promoting your eldest child to become an assistant parent.
Yeah, to
educate the other child. You know, so you're educating your sibling, and maybe your parent had the opportunity. It becomes a bit sad.
Yeah, I'm being told we have 5 minutes to wrap up. Talk to a man out there, and especially because we have discussed this in terms of the money side of it.
Yes.
How also do they prepare emotionally? Because it's big, as well as we had mentioned earlier.
It's true. I know we've belabored on the financial side of things, but the entire wellness equation has different faculties. There is the physical wellness, which means that as a man, you need to take care of your physical health and well-being to a point whereby you don't spend all this time building a retirement pocket that then later on you will use to try and chase health. You know, build wealth, then when you get to this end, again, you're chasing health with the wealth. That's not what we need for the man. So take care of that. The social aspect of it, social well-being, is also very important, that you need to develop a work around some accountability structure, some social capital around you, people you know you can spend time with even in retirement. That would be important. Then
the reason I wanted to interject is also because someone has actually come in and said, kindly use a rough digit to make us understand the P. And if I'm not employed, can I save for myself? I think you have said the voluntary contribution.
Exactly.
So for purposes of this P, please help us. So 0.01.
So 0.01. The P in your pension scheme has accumulated to 1 million.
So
multiplied by 1 million.
1 million.
Yes.
Let's say 1 million.
Very good.
Yes.
And then the answer you have, we are saying divided by your gross. Let's say you are earning around 100,000.
Yes.
Divided by 100,000.
100,000.
Yes. The answer you have is around 0.01.
So 0.1.
Now multiplied by 100.
Then by 100.
Yes.
So that's
you
10.
have 10.
Yes.
So that means that person will only replace their final salary by 10%. So you see, they are currently earning 100,000, but in pension they'll only earn 10,000.
10,000.
Yeah, and if you look at it keenly, by there you'll see anyone today who has saved around 1 million, even if you went to get annuities, your annuity quotation will not fall too far from the 10,000 you're talking about. It may be 11 or 9, depending on interest rates prevailing, or your gender, because ladies get a higher. Men get a higher, ladies get lower, because it is believed that the ladies will live longer, so they get a lower pension quotation because they'll draw it for longer. So that may sum it up.
George, we need to call it an evening. But before then, maybe you can give us your parting shot and also how people can get in touch with you so that they can continue with this conversation.
Very fine. So for those who prefer an email, it's goyuga@kuza.africa. For those who prefer calling, you can call me on my number 0722 472155. That will get me, or you get to Kuza website, which is kuza.africa, and there you will be able to get in touch with any of us. So my parting shot is that saving for retirement is not an option. It is something that we must do. And the earliest you should have started was when you got your first salary, because that is where you need to have laid down the rail line to start replacing it. That way, the journey would have been smoother and better and less steep. But the next best time is now. So try what you can with what you have, where you are. What will save you is a budgeting tool. That says 10%. Save that for humanity. If humanity is found in church, take it to church. 50% your lifestyle, 20% savings, the other 20% investment. That last 20% should also dictate if you have loans, that is where they should fit, not the 1/3 rule. No.
Well, all right. Thank you. Thank you so much. There's a message I was looking for here in terms of they were asking a question. They used to have money in a pension plan, have never been into their offices. Is my money safe there, or how can I reclaim it?
Your money is very safe because, number one, this is a regulated scheme.
Okay.
So your money is safe. The only thing you need to do is go there, and if you have it scattered, maybe employer 1, employer 2, employer 3, open a personal pension plan. There are almost 52 providers in this country of personal pension plans. We have one of them at Kuza. Just go open one, then consolidate these scattered, deferred pensions into that space. The moment you do that, that new space will give you a chance to continue. But the challenge with leaving it scattered there, do you know, maybe it could be only you who knows. Your next of kin does not know. And if they don't know what will happen, the money will find itself to the unclaimed Financial Assets Authority.
Wow, thank you so much, Sir George, for that as well. And I see so many people appreciating the talk as well. I see a good friend, Pastor Nelson, also tuned in and saying, good talk on pension. Good job. Thank you so very much, as always, for tuning in and also for the support. Someone here, I think we can wrap up the conversation with this one. Some tips and encouragement for starting early. Start early and don't stop at 40. And anyone who starts late will never catch up with you. So financial health is a major determinant of mental health. Do not squander time and money.
That's a currency.
That's a currency.
You can't eat both.
I know, right? So thank you so much, George.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate as well, indeed. I told you never disappoint. You leave us in a better position. You leave us challenged, and you leave us with nuggets that we chew on and we work on as well, so that we can become better. And so I hope that you are now in a better position. If you have not yet started, don't beat yourself up so much. The next best day to start is now, is today. And so you now have the information that you need. Act on that as well. From us, I think we can call it an evening. Thank you so much, George. Thank you, gentlemen, and some ladies who are tuned in. We appreciate your company as well. Enjoy your weekend. God willing, we will do this again, same time, same place next week. On behalf of the entire crew that has made today's production a success, I've been your host. My name is George Gishuru. Bye-bye for now.